Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are talking about something that is totally changing the game for learning a new language. Language Lab software. We're going to break down how it's shaking things up for students, for teachers, and even for the schools themselves. This stuff is a really big deal, so let's jump right in.
All right, so let's start with a problem that, every single language teacher or school has to deal with. Picture this. You've got a classroom, right? 20 students, but they're not all the same. Some are picking it up fast, others are struggling with grammar, maybe a few just can't nail the pronunciation. How on earth do you teach one lesson that works for every single one of them?
Well, the answer, it turns out, is in some seriously cool technology. We're talking about Language Lab software, or LLS for short. And look, this is not just another app on your phone. Think bigger. It's a whole AI-powered platform, an ecosystem really, that's built from the ground up to solve that exact problem. It makes learning personal, super efficient, and way more effective. So, how does it actually pull that off? Let's dig in and look at this from the student's point of view first. This is all about how the software completely flips the script on their experience, turning them from just a passive listener into someone who's actively learning.
I mean, just look at the contrast here. It's night and day, right? The traditional classroom, it's kind of one size fits all. Everyone gets the same lesson, and you might wait days to get feedback on your homework. But with LLS, no way. It's all about personalized paths built by AI, interactive stuff that actually gets you involved, and this is huge, real-time guidance. It's a completely different way of thinking about learning.
And this is exactly how it gets students to actually stick with it. The software is smart. It figures out your specific skill level and tailors the lessons just for you. So let's say it notices you're mixing up your verb tenses, bam, it automatically starts giving you more practice right on that weak spot. It uses games and videos to keep things interesting, and you get instant feedback on things like your pronunciation. That immediate correction loop is what really speeds up the learning process.
Okay, so that's the student side. But now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Because this technology isn't just a cool toy for students, it gives a massive advantage to the entire organization. This is where you see the real power of it.
And this comparison just lays it all out so clearly. Think about it. All the money schools spend on physical textbooks that go out of date or maintaining computer labs, LLS just sweeps that all away. It's replaced by one digital library that's always up to date, all running on the cloud. And it gets rid of rigid schedules too, which means institutes can now offer courses to people anytime, anywhere.
So you roll all of that up, and what do you get? Real, tangible benefits. A full half of the value here comes from having actual data to work with. You can see what's working and what's not. Then you've got a solid 30% that's just pure cost savings. And the final 20%, that's about reaching more people, maybe even students on the other side of the world. It really is a win for everyone involved.
But wait, what about the tutors? Are they being replaced? Absolutely not. In fact, this technology makes them more powerful than ever. It takes all the tedious, boring stuff off their plate so they can focus on what really matters: teaching and coaching.
Just look at how their whole workflow changes. Tutors now have this huge digital library right at their fingertips. They can see in real time through detailed analytics exactly where a student is getting stuck, and then they can step in with super focused, targeted help right when it's needed. They go from being a lecturer at the front of the room to more of a strategic coach for each individual.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. All that time they used to spend grading papers and manually tracking progress, gone. It's automated. So now they can pour all of that saved time and energy back into what they're truly great at, providing one-on-one support and helping students have those aha moments.
Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, but you're probably wondering, does it actually work like that in the real world? Well, let's take a look at a case study of a real language institute that actually made the jump.
And wow, the results speak for themselves. This wasn't some tiny improvement. After they brought in LLS, the number of students who stuck around just shot up. You can see it right there in the chart. That's a huge leap. It just proves that when students feel like they're actually making progress and aren't just, falling behind, they're going to stay. But it didn't even stop there. Their teachers became way more efficient. The institute could suddenly offer all these new, specialized courses without a ton of extra cost. And because they could offer classes online, they started pulling in students from all over the globe, which, of course, was a massive boost to their reputation and their bottom line.
So, when you put it all together, the better experience for students, the smarter management for the institute, the empowered tutors, and the real-world proof, what's the big takeaway here? What's the one thing to really remember?
Here it is. Language Lab software is so much more than just another piece of tech. It's a catalyst. It fundamentally empowers the entire system. Schools get more efficient, tutors get to be better coaches, and most importantly, every single student gets a real chance to succeed.
And that really leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on, doesn't it? If this kind of AI can personalize something as complex as learning a language, what's next? What other parts of education are about to get this same treatment? The future of learning is definitely personal, and honestly, it looks like it's already here.